can we all just appreciate on how Aquaman has more of a character in this trailer alone than the whole of Justice League? So after so much hype and build up, we finally have our first official trailer for the Aquaman solo movie, and what can I say that hasn't been said already other than the fact that it just looks beautiful. And even though some of the CG does need a bit of work, given how this is only a trailer and it's not even the final product, it still looks incredible regardless. Now from what we know from the trailer, it does appear that this is going to be a semi-origin story for Aquaman in a similar vein to Black Panther for his solo film. Where yes, this isn't necessarily their first appearances, nor is this even a prequel, but rather this is actually going to be the film that defines them as their own characters, if that makes any sense. But not only that, we do get to see glimpses of our main villain for the movie, which is of course Ocean Master. And I'm not gonna lie, I do get a lot of Loki vibes from this villain, and honestly this isn't even a bad thing, because the main crux of the film is about Arthur Curry trying to find himself and try to figure out where he belongs, on the surface world or as the King of Atlantis. And when you look at the trailer as a whole, you can tell that a good portion of the film will be set in underwater, which is actually very impressive within itself, because when you look at CG and water, it is very difficult to pull off and also very expensive. So you really do have to give DC some credit for being extremely ballsy. And speaking of Atlantis, we do get to see a lot of cities, and they just look so vibrant and full of life. It almost reminds me of Wakanda in a sense, where it looks advanced in comparison to most other cities, both in real life and fiction. And you can tell that there has been a lot of thought put into these cities. And then we also get to see some sort of temple arena, in where we do get to see both Ocean Master and Aquaman fight for the throne of Atlantis. And again, the settings themselves just look so vibrant because of the colour. And it's not like the colours are over the top or anything, but it just feels so adventurous. And plus we also do get to see glimpses of Mira, and I can't wait to see more of this character, as well as just see how much of a badass she can really be. Especially since she is a waterbender. But along with that, we also do get to see some glimpses of the Trench. And as far as my knowledge goes in relation to the Trench are relatively more recent in terms of Aquaman's rogues gallery, and they are pretty much violent creatures that are feared from across the seven seas. And speaking of villains, we do get to see glimpses of Black Manta as well, and I honestly love how the actual suit looks like. Because it's very true to the character, but it also does have its modern take without taking it too seriously. And by that, I am talking about how the Black Manta costume does maintain the iconic helmet, and it still looks just as badass as it does in the comics. It is very much classic Black Manta, but at the same time it has that sleeker design. And although he is only going to be a more secondary villain, I still can't wait to see what he can bring to the table from not only just this movie, but also in the near future, whether it's going to be in an Aquaman sequel or even a Justice League 2. And what's really awesome about this trailer is the fact that we do get to see a lot of different creatures from the seven seas. And they're really not holding back in terms of what we see in this movie, and that is something I can really admire. And after watching this trailer several times, I can safely say that I am a lot more hyped about Aquaman than I am for Shazam. Because to me it just looks extremely gorgeous. They're going balls to the wall, they're exploring Atlantis, and they have a shit ton of villains. We have the main villain in Ocean Master, we have the side villain in Black Manta, and we have an army in the Trench. So whether you ask me on whether or not this movie is too crowded in terms of villains, I don't think that this is the case. And like I already said before, I am extremely hyped for Aquaman more than I was before. So what do you think of Aquaman's San Diego Comic-Con trailer? Do you think that this is going to revive the DC Extended Universe, or do you think that this is going to be another one of their disappointments? Comment below and share some thoughts, and as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, take care and have a good one.